Hey, what's going on everyone? Matthew from therighttrader.com back today with another cryptocurrency video. Today I wanted to talk about the coins that I think Coinbase / GDAX will be adding in 2018. You might have heard a lot of chatter, rumors about all of this because for one, the CEO came out just recently and talked about how they were going to add many more altcoins in 2018. You know, they've also been kind of teasing their digital asset framework for GDAX, which is basically a list of requirements, I guess, for cryptos that they would at the very least consider putting on their platform, right? And what's tricky here is that you have to think about a couple of things, right? For one, Coinbase is linked with GDAX. They are, separate in the sense that already for one, the people trading on Coinbase are completely different than the people trading on GDAX. So there is going to be some separation between the two platforms here, I think, as far as the listing of certain cryptos go and stuff like that. I'm going to get into more detail. Let me see. I just wanted to pull up a certain section here, which I think is going to be pretty important. Let's go back to CoinMarketCap. So obviously right now, we don't have, all of this is just a lot of speculation, but they have released a digital asset framework, like I said, and this already gives us a good idea of what kind of cryptocurrencies we can sort of expect to be added to Coinbase or GDAX, right? And I'm going to go ahead and throw out sort of my prediction here by saying that I think that we won't see that many cryptos added to Coinbase itself. I think that for the most part it'll be GDAX, but they may add a few to Coinbase itself. I'm thinking maybe 2, 3, just a few really, but I think that for the most part, these new cryptos that they're going to be adding are going to be on GDAX. That's just, because Coinbase is obviously targeted towards newcomers of the space and they don't really want to create any type of confusion and stuff like that. What's most likely at this point, based on what they've said and, the requirements that they're looking at and stuff like that, probably cryptos that are, within the top 20, I would say, have a decent chance of getting listed. But in that top 20, right, there's a lot of variety, and some of them just don't look like they'll fit the bill, quite honestly, for the time being, right? I think that Coinbase and GDAX will probably become more lenient over time on which coins they will consider listing and are going to list. But for now, they're keeping it very strict, right? So that means that they're really only going to stick to well-established, big-name cryptocurrencies. A couple come to mind right away, right? Bitcoin Cash, Ripple, IOTA is in a little bit of a tricky situation. There's a lot of people that are saying that it could be added to the platform. I could see that happening right now, though. While it is different, which is actually a good thing, they came under some fire with the Microsoft drama. I'm not sure that Coinbase would want to be involved with cryptocurrencies that are going through some drama, and obviously that could change, but things like Dash are looking very promising for being added to Coinbase and GDAX. Cryptocurrencies like Monero, privacy coins, those are a little bit in a tricky situation because they are well established. The privacy thing might be not what Coinbase is looking for, right? As far as regulations go and stuff like that, they might not want to get involved with privacy coins. Who knows? But it is a well-established cryptocurrency, and that's definitely something that can play in its favor. Neo also one out there that a lot of people are calling for. Then we got LISK, OMISEGO, Zcash actually. Some of the more popular cryptos that are a bit smaller, like VERTCOIN, stuff like that. I'm going to go over which ones I think specifically will be added. I think a good starting point for that is the USD Tether markets on Bittrex, and that's just because if we look at their framework here, they actually mention that they are looking for fiat and crypto trading pairs to exist on the cryptocurrencies that they're going to list, right? So this is a pretty big deal that actually cuts out a lot of cryptos out there, which I think is a little bit of a shame because there's a lot of cryptos like VERTCOIN and stuff like that, Cardano, that would be a pretty good match right now, I think, for Coinbase and GDAX, but it looks like they just don't fit the bill right now, right? I think that's probably going to change down the line, but for the time being, it's not looking great, right? They're also looking for coins that have a lot of liquidity and stuff like that, already a pretty large market cap probably. And yeah, like I said, cryptos like LISK, Cardano, VERTCOIN, those are all good cryptos that could really take off if they were added to something like Coinbase and GDAX, but I don't think they'll be added, at least in the first round here. I think that cryptocurrencies like Ripple have a very good chance. I think probably one of the first ones we're going to see added to maybe even Coinbase would be Ripple. And, it's pretty much just waiting to get picked up at this point. It's ranking at the 4th spot, pretty much waiting to get picked up by a big exchange like Coinbase. And I can even see this one being specifically put on Coinbase itself, right? Because it is a bit different than the 3 that they have now, which is Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Litecoin. That's a really big deal, obviously, to GDAX as well. But what I'm thinking here, going back to the Bittrex USD Tether markets, are basically what they have listed here, right? So Ripple Bitcoin Cash, NEO. I think NEO has a very good chance of being added to GDAX and even possibly Coinbase. I doubt Bitcoin Gold, Zcash possibly if they want to get involved with the whole privacy thing. Monero would be more likely at that point though. Ethereum Classic, I'm not sure that they would list that, but it is possible. OMISEGO I think has a decent chance here. Quite a good chance actually, and Dash. So just to recap, I would say that Ripple, Bitcoin Cash, NEO, OMISEGO, Monero possibly, and Dash are the most likely picks at this point, right? I think that the ones that I just mentioned there are probably going to be added to GDAX in the first round, and GDAX is going to become more and more like Bittrex in a way. Now, which ones do I think could be added to Coinbase, right? Because obviously the CEO mentioned that there were more altcoins coming to Coinbase itself. Now, did he mean GDAX by saying that? Because obviously they're linked, like I said, possibly, but if they are going to be adding cryptos to Coinbase specifically, which like I said, if they are going to do that, I think that they'll stick to really just the big ones and not put too many out there. So maybe just add a few. At that point, I think Ripple has a very good chance of being one that's added. Bitcoin Cash, while it is a good pick there, I think that they don't want to put it on Coinbase itself just because it caused some confusion with Bitcoin itself, right? Like I said, people that come to Coinbase a lot of them are newcomers, and having Bitcoin and Bitcoin Cash there is just too confusing for people that are new to the space. So Bitcoin Cash would probably be on GDAX only, at least at the beginning. And NEO, pretty good chance of being added to Coinbase even if they're going to add, several cryptocurrencies to Coinbase. Dash, pretty good chance as well. Monero, if they're okay with the privacy thing, and OMISEGO. So those are kind of the cryptos that I'm looking at. Let me know what you think about all of this. The general idea is that if you can sort of predict correctly which ones are going to be added to Coinbase, you're going to profit massively. And of course, that's speculation because who knows how much they're going to take off when they're added to Coinbase. They'll probably get a bit of a bump. I think that being added to Coinbase and GDAX is more of a long-term win, where it might even be a bit of a sell the news type event where it doesn't get that much of a jump because people already bought it up in anticipation to that. But long-term, right, if Ripple gets added, Dash, stuff like that, it's obviously great for those cryptocurrencies and is going to push them much higher over time, right? Yeah, so those are the cryptocurrencies that I see being added to Coinbase and GDAX. Like I said, probably just a few on Coinbase like Ripple and maybe some of the other big ones, and then a bit more on GDAX itself, right? So let me know what you think about this. Let me know which cryptocurrencies you think Coinbase is going to be adding. I'd be interested to hear your thoughts, and thanks for watching, everyone. Have a great day.